New updates in a 40-year-old cold case we followed for months. Due to some roadblocks, the investigation is now inactive. WNCT's Zora Stevenson is here now with details on where the case stands. Zora, what's going on?
Katie, the case was originally labeled and closed as death by natural causes, but now since the reopening, it's now an unsolved murder. And while investigators may be at a standstill, that doesn't mean they haven't made any progress. Now both law enforcement and the family are happy this case had a proper investigation.
A meaningful investigation has been given to this case. 43 years later, but it has been given.
We still don't know what happened and who did it, but we now know that something happened. She was murdered.
After 6 months of investigating, the Pitt County Sheriff's Office is now listing Sheila Brown's case as an unsolved murder. It was originally closed as death by natural causes in 1973, even after deputies found her body in the woods with her legs spread apart. Major Paula Dance reopened the case in June because she said it didn't receive a proper investigation. Now they have to halt their efforts because of a roadblock. To further the investigation, detectives need to exhume the body, but no one can identify which grave is Brown's. Major Dance says even though they didn't find out who killed Brown, they still made a lot of headway.
Due to the positioning of the body, I feel confident that even if it were not a rape, it was some type of sexual crime because of the way the body was positioned.
Major Dance says during the investigation, she spoke with multiple people involved in the original case, including the detective, and some of the things he was saying just didn't add up.
There were questions that he couldn't answer that should have been answered, that he should have been able to answer. There were answers that he gave that in no way could have been possibly true. And he had no explanation for the type of investigation that he gave on this case.
I asked Major Dance if she believed law enforcement was behind Brown's death. She said it could be a possibility.
That is not off the table for me at this point because of the information given from the best friend that she would not have gotten into the car had it not been, someone who was in authority. I don't think that's far-fetched.
Now, Brown's daughter Iris says she feels like the original detective has more information that he's withholding. She also said regardless, she's just happy that this received a proper investigation and she can go to sleep at night. Zora Stevenson, 9 on your side.